ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown, episode 1.
It wouldn't be really welcome back, it's welcome to.
Welcome to... Well,
Because we're starting this episode.
But they've been here before.
But not at 111.
No.
So, welcome to 111, or welcome back to 111, if you're just rewatching this video, or if you watched a different one first.
So welcome back. I win.
I'm saving your ass.
Shut up. We are kicking off the way we do nowadays, that being with the Indy news.
Hell, yes.
Brand new schedule because SmackDown moved to Tuesdays.
Thanks, SmackDown.
So
now we have a weekend.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with results as per usual. And if you checked us out last week for Indy News, you know that there's a lot of stuff going on in New Japan. So I'm going to run through the couple tournaments we got going on real quick, and then I'll kick it over to Mr. Kevin Hawk for some other stuff. First off, this past week we started the Super J Cup for the first time in 7 years. The Super J Cup taking place. This is just a regular bracketed tournament. So we had our first round this past week. We had Jushin Thunder Liger defeat Ita. We had Taichi defeat Yuma Aogi. We had Kushida defeat Taiji Ishimori. We had Keno defeat Gurukin Mask. We had Raisuke Taguchi defeat Daisuke Harada. Yoshinobu Kanemaru beat Bushi. Will Ospreay defeated Titan. And Matt Sydal defeated Kaji Tamato. I don't know what it is. Probably Tamato. So that's the first round. I believe it's not until the second or third week of August we'll be having the second round, the semifinals, and I think the second round will be sometime in between there, and then towards the end of August we'll have the semifinals and finals at a show. Don't know when that is quite yet, but we'll keep you updated. And then the scoring for the G1 Climax is very confusing on the website currently. So I'm just going to run through who's got how many points currently.
Yeah, if you have a better explanation, post in the comments. Like, if you actually know what's going on and can simplify it.
Yeah, for those of you that check out the New Japan website, which you can, it's down in the description, they put an X next to the person that lost and an O next to the person who won. Well, there's some of them that are not correct based on the points that they're... Because they actually have, like, the win-loss underneath the person.
Yeah.
But it's hard to flip back and forth and figure out which was the win, which was the loss, when the symbols are all messed up. So I'll just run down the current points. Block A, with 4 points, we have Hiroki Goto, Togi Makabe, and Hiroyoshi Tenzan, all tied with 4. Then tied at 2, we have Naomichi Marufuji, Sanada, Okada, and Bad Luck Fale. And then yet to pick up points in Block A, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tomohiro Ishii, and Tama Tonga. Then in Block B, we have 2 people tied with 4 points. That's Tomoki Honma and Yuji Nagata.
Go Yuji Nagata.
You like Yuji Nagata.
I'm a fan of Yuji Nagata ever since he had his run in WCW.
Oh. And then we have a lot of people tied at 2, so that's 1 victory apiece. We have Evil, we have Katsuhiko Nakajima, Yoshihashi, Tetsuya Naito, Kenny Omega, and Katsuyori Shibata. And then with 0 points in Block B, we have Michael Elgin and Toru Yano.
Poor Man Baby.
Yeah, no points for Man Baby yet. So, but yeah, that's the updates. Hopefully they fix it, and I can kind of let you know who beat who. Maybe I can do that. Maybe more detail next week. But for now, we're going to kick results over to Mr. Kevin Hawk because he's got lots more stuff to talk about.
We got lots of stuff to talk about. Last week on the Indie News, I made you privy to the fact that we were going to have a doubleheader of Jakara from Canada.
Jakara!
I told you that there was going to be Absolution from AIW and United We Stand from AAW. But what I didn't tell you, because this is surprise results.
What?
Shine has an
Oh,
pay-per-view
shit.
on Friday, Shine 36.
Totally going to go for it. Spit taking and decided against it.
Well, you probably didn't want to clean up soda spit.
Probably not.
So, we started off with a Shine's underling, fledgling squadron called Sparkle.
Oh, I didn't know. Is that like their NXT?
I would assume so, something of that nature.
Okay, that's
a
cool.
Sparkle Showcase match where we had Devin Nicole defeat Ariel Monroe. And then on the main card, we had Thunder Kitty defeat Miss Rachel by submission. Luscious Latasha won a 4 corners match against Kennedy Brink, Stormy Lee, and Candy Cartwright. We had Raquel defeat Kelly Klein. This is the same Raquel from TNA.
Oh.
This is the same Kelly Klein from ROH, Women of Honor. And this was both of
Ring of Honor's better than TNA.
This is both of their first time wrestling on a Shine show.
Oh, cool.
Then we had Amber Gallows defeat Tracy Taylor, successfully defending her NWA Women's Championship. Vanessa Craven defeating Santana Garrett. Marty Bell and Jamie Jamison defended their tag team championships against Amanda C. Rodriguez and La Rosa Negra. And then we had Allison Kay defeat Xandra Bale. And in the main event, Eva Lise with her first title defense successfully defends it against Sue Young.
Nice. Good for Evilise.
Also on that Friday, we have what's always touted as one of the biggest AIW shows of the year. That is Absolution. This is Absolution 11.
On episode 111.
It was meant to be. Something.
Totally.
I don't know. But we started off, I don't remember who was originally supposed to be on this team that got replaced, but they had a hell of a replacement because DJZ and Laredo Kid, I think it might have been Flamita who was supposed to be on their team, but they ended up getting Matt Cross, aka M-Dog20, aka Son of Havoc,
Hell yeah.
as their replacement team again, and they defeated Gringo Loco, Skyda Jr., and Steve Payne. There's some clips of that match that I saw surface on Facebook.
Yeah.
That really showcased DJZ and how good he is. And
He is
how,
really good.
And how kind of now I wish that he was in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament.
It's always next year.
Yeah. Then we had Tim Donst defeat Raymond Rowe. Then we had that tag team match where BJ Whitmer and the Duke were going to take on Frankie Flynn and a mystery partner.
Ooh.
Frankie Flynn's mystery partner happened to be one of the Duke's former wrestlers that he managed in Eddie Kingston.
Oh, shit.
And they beat BJ and the Duke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we had the Intense Championship 4-way match where Alex Daniels successfully defended the championship against Cedric Alexander, Facade, and Jerry, who was gunning to get his title back. Then we had the, I think, bunkhouse brawl sort of street fight match where Dick Justice, along with Zeb Coulter, defeated Jock Sampson, who had Colonel Robert Parker in his corner. Then we had Team 2 Infinity. This was supposed to be Team 2 Infinity in a 2 out of 3 falls match with Hot Sauce Entertainment, that being Tracy Williams and Tyson Dux.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I didn't see why Dux wasn't at the show. So it was just, I think, a 1 fall to a finish tag match where 2 Infinity beat Hot Sauce Tracy Williams and Dominic Guarini, who's one of the younger talents up at the AIW Wrestling School.
All right.
Then we had Louis Linden defeat Zack Sabre Jr.
Wow.
We had the intergender tag team match in which Johnny and Candice would defeat EC3 and Carly Perez. And then in the main event, Josh Prohibition wins the 3-way dance between he, Ethan Page, and Josh Alexander to become the new Absolute Champion. So kudos to you, Josh Prohibition.
Those of you that like Ethan Page, the brand new AOW from Colt Cabana is with Ethan Page.
Yeah,
It's a very
but
good
then
listen.
after the match would end, Tim Donst would attack Josh Prohibition. So I think there's a title feud down the line here between Prohibition and Mr. Donst, who's one of our favorite fellas over here on the Art. No, we're not the Art of Wrestling podcast.
No,
we are the Wrestling Rundown. We are the WR, not the AOWR. So yeah, that's what was happening on Friday.
All right.
But on Saturday, we had 3 shows.
Oh.
The first one, we're going to say, came from up north in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, because that's the first of a doubleheader from Chikara. And we had When Nature Calls, a funny picture of Cobalt in a toilet
Yes.
on the something. Same demon, new battles, or something like that. That was the tagline. We opened up with Cobalt as he would defeat Evil Uno, player Uno, making a long-awaited return to Chikara. Then we had the debut of The Big Deal.
The biggest deal.
This is Dylan Postel, a.k.a. Swoggle, in a very almost like Mafia-esque sort of stable, along with Sal Caprice and Rick Roman, or that's the names that I saw online. But they're actually other indie stars who you might know, Mike Verna and Rex Lawless. Now, I know I've mentioned both of those guys at least once before. Rex Lawless before on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I recognize the name Rex Lawless.
And they would defeat a trio of what we're guessing are either local Toronto enhancement talent or some of the Chikara Wrestle Factory trainees. So obviously, the new guys are going over. Then we had the 4 against 4 Atomicos match.
Yes.
This is where we had the Hexed men, represented by the Batiri, Icarus, and Mr. Touchdown, Mark Angelicetti, and they would defeat Heidi Lovelace, Kimberly, and Dummy, Exo, and Ashley Fox.
Very upset that Touchdown joined the X-Men.
Yeah, then we had Usurper defeating Officer Warren Barksdale. Then we had the 4 Corners Elimination Tag Team match.
Oh, yes.
Now, we found out that all 4 members of this, the missing entrant team that I didn't have last week ended up being Mustache Mountain.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Versus The Portal, versus 3.0, versus Team Seafood. Hermit Crab and Rock Lobster.
Oh, God, they have a tag team name now.
So, the first elimination came when the Osirian Portal would eliminate Team Seafood.
Yes.
Which that would be their 3rd point.
Oh.
Towards Cambione's contention. And then Mustache Mountain would defeat Team 3.0. And then, to win, take the fall, and get their 2nd point towards Cambionatos contention, Mustache Mountain would dethrone the Osirian Portal and send them back down to the bottom of the ladder. And in the main event, we had 2 guys entering the ring at 2 points apiece. Winner takes all.
Yes.
Drew Gulak, who will show up next week on the this week on the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Would defeat Dasher Hatfield.
Oh.
And now has 3 points towards championship contention, which means this might be one of the first times we have a trainer versus trainer from the Wrestle Factory go head-to-head for the championship.
Wow. Interesting.
That is, if later in the night, Hollow Wicked can successfully defend against Fire Ant.
That's true.
Because then we could have Gulak versus an ant.
Yeah.
And then in between Chikara shows, though, we're going to head back to the States, all the way to Marionette Park, Illinois. Not very far. Illinois is still pretty northern of the States. Because we had AAW's United We Stand pretty stacked card.
I know a spoiler from this one, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, we opened up with Davey Vega defeating Desmond Xavier, Candice LeRae, Bucky Collins, and Colt Cabana in a 5-way mayhem match. Then we had Josh Alexander defeat Silas Young. In a 6-person tag match, Ohio is for Killers defeated the Hooligans and Eddie Kingston.
Alright.
Jessica Havoc defeated Heidi Lovelace. AR Fox defended the Heritage Championship successfully against Matt Fidget. In what will be their last match as a unit in AAW, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defeated Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee.
Oh, wow.
Big emotional, heartfelt speech at the end from Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And in the main event for the AAW Championship, Pentagon Jr. defeated Sami Callihan to become the new champion of AAW.
Yes.
But afterwards,
Yes.
Tommaso Ciampa would come out and make the challenge, and he will be facing Pentagon Jr. in the future for his last AAW appearance for the AAW title.
That's gonna be a fucking.
Also
killer
on that
match.
show, I know Moose is going to be on that show, and I think the Young Bucks,
Wow.
something of that nature.
I'm gonna go to that show.
There's a handful of like big names coming in, but then let's and why I say not too far is because the fact that we had When Nature Calls and Heidi Lovelace was in the 4-on-4 Atomicos match. She was also in a match at United We Stand because she lost to Jessica Havoc. So she was double heading it that night. Then we go back up north to Canada where we finish off the double header of
Chicago again.
with Back in the Habit, Sister Act reference, right? Sister Act 2. It's the pictures like Ophidian and the nun hood on, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing Sister Act.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
We had Missile Assault Man defeat Stephen Smith, who was replacing Pinky Sanchez, who fell ill over the weekend.
Yeah, this is the Night of Ants.
Yeah. Supposed to be Pinky Sanchez, but he fell ill, so he had to be replaced.
Get
Then we
well
had
soon, Pinky.
Soldier Ant defeat Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun. Mustache Mountain would defeat NRG, the Campeones, to get their third point towards title contention. So Mustache Mountain came in, won 3 points in the same day, but their third point's over the reigning champions. So that's going to be a big deterrence in the champion's confidence.
Yeah.
Knowing that the team that now has the points to face you just beat you.
Wow.
But that's not to be the case.
What?
Because after the match,
What?
Los Ice Creams would cash in their golden opportunity and become the new Chikara Campeonatos de Parejas.
I'm really disliking the tag team division in Chikara right now.
So now Los Ice Creams will have to deal with Mustache Mountain on their trail. And Mustache Mountain, they don't like getting ice cream in their stashes.
Messy.
Yeah, so big upset, title change. But apparently, they just came in and pinned, I think, Hype Rockwell, who was down, and then ran away with the belts because they're afraid. Then we had the Colony defeat the Batiri.
Oh. It was a Silver Ant. And
Silver Ant, Worker Ant.
Worker Ant, yeah.
Which Cobalt tried to interfere, and of all people, Amasis came out and stopped the Cobalt interference.
Oh.
Which for some reason also really distracted Silver Ant and had him run to the back too. I don't know. The weird story, the way it was told. But then Silver Ant came out towards the end to help.
Go
Worker Ant win.
Amasis? I like Amasis.
Then we had the trio known as the Big Deal. Postel, Sal Caprice, and Rick Roman, or whatever his name's going to be. This time it just said Rex Lawless on the thing, so I don't know if he's going to go by his actual name or if they're going with some other name. But they would defeat the United Nations. That's Juan Francisco de Coronado, Prakash Sapar, and the Proletariat Bora Moldova.
Yes.
And then in the main event, the Grand Championship match, Hollow Wicked would successfully defend the Grand Championship from Fire Ant with a sunset flip.
Really?
And then we had a
Not putting up much of a fight there, Fire Ant.
encore match
Hey.
where Princess Kimberly would defeat Shane Hawk. No relation. His Hawk ends with an E.
Different Hawk.
E. It goes that way on the screen. That's what I've got for results.
All right.
We had so many results. If you're still sticking around, thanks, because we got a little bit of the news coming your way.
Yeah, one quick news story I got on December 2nd for Ring of Honor's Final Battle pay-per-view. It will be debuting Mr. Cody Rhodes.
Hey.
Officially going to make his ROH TV debut at Final Battle. I'm so excited to see what Cody is able to do without the WWE restriction.
Without the WWE restriction and without the Stardust gimmick.
Yeah, because I mean, we're both of us are fans of Cody Rhodes.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of fans of Cody Rhodes, and knowing what he was able to do with the hey, do it this way type of deal with WWE, letting him go out there and do what he wants to do.
It was kind of like watching Del Rio.
Exactly.
Because Del Rio, seeing Del Rio in his element, like, not for WWE,
yeah,
man was on fire.
Yeah.
His Lucha Underground stuff, his ROH stuff,
yeah,
man was on point.
And so you take that into consideration, and you take, I don't know, probably 10 years, close to 10 years off of the person. Cody's even younger than Del Rio.
Yeah, and what I think about it too is, like, I feel like some of these guys who go from WWE to the Indies feel like they have more to prove, or, on that sense, is like the WWE guys, they're used to this rigorous schedule of, Raw, well, not now where the Raw and SmackDown are separate now, but they would have Raw and SmackDown, main event, and Superstars, so potentially, and you include the pay-per-view,
like a couple of house shows.
We've seen Kevin Owens wrestle like 4 times on TV in 1 week, sort of thing, and that's not including the house shows. So, you're talking like some of these guys are wrestling 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And now, with the indie stuff, it's usually just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot fewer bookings. So I think these WWE guys are going to come in feeling a little more relaxed with a little extra energy.
Also, you got to think most of Cody's career, almost all of Cody's career, has been with WWE.
Yeah.
So now he's getting to branch out and do what he wants to do the way he wants to do it. I'm excited to see that. Looking forward. Not only do I like when the cold weather's here and not when it's fucking hot like it is today, but I get to see Cody Rhodes debut in Ring of Honor.
And it'll be at BWG for Bola pretty soon, too.
Yeah, excited for that one, too. What you got for news?
I've got an update on one of our favorite weekends of the year, and that's Chikara's King of Trios weekend. Because now we have 10 of the teams announced. We're more than halfway through.
Very nice.
Yeah. And with the ladies being represented
lots of ladies this year.
Potential that we will have at least 1, if not 3, queens of trios.
I'm excited for that. This has been the real breakout year for women's wrestling. Like, it has so been brought to the forefront.
Yeah.
And it would be really exciting to see a queen, if not queens, of trios.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give a rundown of the teams that have been announced so far. We've got Team Sendai Girls, which is Meiko Satomura, Dash Chisako, and Cassandra Miyagi.
All right.
Then we've got Team Shimmer, which is Candice LeRae, Crazy Mary Dobson, and was Madison Eagles.
Yeah, Madison Eagles unfortunately tore her ACL, so she got pulled from the team.
Yeah, and probably pulled from
She's
wrestling in general for the next 6 months.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months.
And she was replaced with Solo Darling.
Which
I'm a big fan of Solo Darling. She's not as experienced by far as a Madison Eagles, but what she lacks for experience, she makes up for in a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of sugar.
I think it'll be a good weekend for her. It'll be a good learning experience.
Then we have the Team Original Divas Revolution.
Yeah.
This is an interesting team and a force to be reckoned with, I think, if you're male or female.
Yeah, no
because
joke.
this is Mickie James leading Victoria and Jazz.
Yeah, Victoria and Jazz being 2 of the most dominant divas of the early 2000s, and then Mickie James, who was like one of the good points of the not so great divas division in the later 2000s.
Yeah, and if you think about it, think of when all 3 of these women debuted, their initial debuts into WWE, they were all psychopaths.
Yeah.
Victoria was crazy, Mickie James was crazy, and Jazz was crazy, not in a psycho way, but crazy beats the shit out of everyone way.
Yeah, no, she would just beat the hell out of you, where the other 2 would probably peel your face off, wear it, and then beat you up.
Yeah, Jazz, Victoria, and Trish Stratus had an awesome 3-way match at WrestleMania 19.
Trish Stratus and Mickie James had an awesome match at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah, so, expect big things out of that team.
I'm excited for it.
Then we have Team JWP, another all-female team with Hanako Nakamori, Manami Katsu, and Command Bolshoi, who this will be her second time appearing in a King of Trios tournament. I think it was 2012, the year that was won by the Spectral Envoy.
Oh, nice.
They were in. Then we have a few other teams, some throw-together sounding teams. We've got Heidi Loveless teaming with NRG. We're going to have the old school colony team. We're gonna have where we'll get Silver Ant, Fire Ant, and Soldier Ant.
Very cool.
Then we've got the team of Oleg the Usurper, Princess Kimberly, and the Thunder Frog. And then we have team #CWC, which are all cruiserweight classic competitors in Drew Gulak, Cedric Alexander, and Johnny Gargano.
That's gonna be a good team.
And then the most recent teams announced are the United Nations, with Juan Francisco de Coronado, Prakash Sabar, and the Proletariat Board of Moldova,
Damn it.
and Team Police Squad.
Yeah.
Officer Warren Barksdale, Bill Carr from Team Tremendous, and Super Cop Dick Justice.
Really wish they were called Team Police Academy, but
I think they missed the boat there.
I'll let it slide because it's Chikara.
Yeah, I think maybe had it been both members of Team Tremendous and Dick Justice,
Then it could be
or
Police
both
Academy.
members of Team Tremendous and Officer Warren Barksdale.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's a stacked lineup already,
Yeah.
and there's still 6 teams left to be announced. We could have another Bullet Club team. We could have another AAA team. We still have no teams coming from...
We can have Cody Rhodes show up.
Yeah, we still have no team from the UK. There's still a lot of Chikara people who were unbooked, like the Hexed Men.
I mean, with Mustache Mountain like running through tag teams, they might enter themselves in King of
Yeah,
Shows
and you can
again.
almost guarantee that the big deal, the 3 of them will probably
yeah.
get a unit in King of Trios.
Very likely.
A lot of people who, maybe another Ant trio. You could have, I don't know, Worker Ant and
Arctic Rescue Ant.
and Pinky Sanchez.
You're convinced that Pinky Sanchez is going to go back to being Carpenter Ant, right?
No, I think he's going to go to Pink Ant. I think he's going to be Pink Ant.
He's gonna be Pink Ant.
His moniker in the BDK.
Huh. All right.
There's another one. Jakob could have somebody.
Oh,
Jakob and Jaka and whoever Jakob tries to replace Pinky Sanchez with.
Well, that's it for news.
Yeah.
Time
to go for
upcoming shows. So I'm going to be talking about some more G1 Climax matches. We're going to be kind of jumping back and forth because we got stuff all throughout this week coming up.
Yeah.
So on Monday...
He's got the week. I got weekend.
Yeah. So on Monday in Fukushima, Japan, we have...
Fukushima!
Yeah, anyway. We have Block A matches. We have Okada versus Hiroki Goto. We have Tanahashi versus Tama Tonga. We have Hiroyoshi Tenzan versus Naomichi Marufuji. Togi Makabe versus Sonata. And Tomohiro Ishii versus Bad Luck Fale. Then on Wednesday at the Nagano Big Hat.
Big Hat?
Yep.
Not Big Ship?
Nagano Big Hat.
Wear it.
We have Block B action as Katsuyori Shibata will take on Michael Elgin.
I mean to bring a Big Hat.
Tomoki Honma takes on Kenny Omega.
That should be a good one.
Toru Yano versus Tetsuya Naito. Katsushiko Nakajima takes on Evil. And Yuji Nagata will take on Yoshihashi.
Kick his ass, Yuji.
And then
if Yuji Nagata wins, my other pick will be Okada.
Alright. And then on Thursday, we go back to Block A at the Saitama Tokuriwazawa Civic Gymnasium.
Big Ship.
No. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi.
We haven't heard from the Big Ship in a while.
No. That was the...
Best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, Super Juniors. That was their deal. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Bad Luck Fale. We have Okada taking on Tama Tonga. Tomohiro Ishii versus Naomichi Marufuji. Hiroki Goto versus Sonata. And Togi Makabe versus Hiroshi... I almost said Hiroshi Tanahashi, even though I just said that. Stop it. No. Hiroyoshi Tenzan. That's... He's going against Togi Makabe. Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Togepi?
No. Togi. Togi Makabe.
Yogi Bear?
Togi Makabe.
Toby Maccabi.
Before
That's the guy that played Spider-Man, right?
Before I go to my last couple, I'm going to So because you got some on Saturday, right?
No, I got a thing on Friday.
You got a thing on Friday. Take Friday.
I got on Friday the 29th. We're gonna have PWG's 13.
Oh shit!
That means 13 years.
Damn.
PWG. We're gonna have Chuck Taylor versus Trent in a battle of the best friends.
Oh shit! Best friends in blue.
We're gonna have. I write this down right. Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb versus Trevor Lee.
It's a
big size difference.
Well, that's it. I was thinking the name difference for Jeff Cobb going from one character to another.
Yeah.
It's quite the jump.
Then we're going to have Marty Scurll versus Sami Callihan. Match that I'm interested in. This is going to be Adam Cole, baby, versus Tommy End.
Oh, that'll be fucking good.
Roderick Strong versus Evolve champion Timothy Thatcher. Then the Young Bucks will be defending the PWG Tag Gold against Team Death by Elbow, JT Dunn and Chris Hero. And in the main event, Zack Sabre Jr. will defend the PWG Championship against someone who can also be called one of the submission experts of the American indie scene, Mr. Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh shit. That's going to be good. Well then on Saturday, the G1 Climax continues. This is an Aichi Pref Gymnasium. There's Pref period. I don't know why.
Prefecture.
What?
Prefecture?
Prefecture? Sure. It just says Pref.
That's just the abbreviated version.
Yeah. That one. What he said. Going back to Block B, we have Katsuyori Shibata taking on Tetsuya Naito, Michael Elgin versus Kenny Omega, Yuji Nagata versus Katsushiko Nakajima, Yoshihashi versus Evil, and Tomoki Honma versus Toriyano. And
that's like one of the shortest names you could say.
What?
Toriyano.
Other than Evil.
Yeah. Evil's just...
I could give him his moniker, and that's the King of Darkness.
Well, I mean, just Evil, he's got the idea that, like, his name is going to be easy to say in, like, all languages.
Yes. But, before I go to my Sunday, he got another Saturday show.
No, I have no Saturdays. I just have Sundays.
Oh, then take the Sunday show.
I'll start my Sunday stuff then. We're going to have a double header from Fet Music in Providence, Rhode Island.
Shit.
Back to Fet Music with Beyond Wrestling. I guess you couldn't get rid of Beyond Wrestling for long. Fet Music.
Yeah.
But the first show at 1 p.m. is going to be their sister company, Women's Wrestling Revolution.
Oh, nice.
Which their show will be aptly named Revolutionary. We're going to have Mia Yim versus Jordan Grace, Deanna Perrazzo versus Kimberly.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Santana Garrett versus Barbie Hayden, Jessica Havoc versus Veda Scott, Taylor Hendricks versus Sonia Strong, and then also signed to appear will be Alexis, Mistress Belmont, Candice LeRae, Solo Darling, and Lufisto. Just their matches haven't been announced yet.
Alright.
And then later that day, we're coming back for another Beyond Wrestling staple. It's American Rana 2016.
Hey.
Where we're going to start things off, I'm assuming, with this 10-man tag match.
Alright.
Where we've got a team that sometimes runs roughshod over certain Beyond Wrestling stars just because they have the strength in numbers. And we're talking about the Crusade for Change.
Yeah.
Darius Carter, TJ Marconi, Anthony Gangone, Devin Blaze, and Tommy Trainwreck. But I think in this case, they're going to have a little more than they can handle, because the team that they're going against has aptly dubbed themselves the Strong Style Squad. Because we're talking about Monster Mac and Mafia of the Hit Squad teaming with B-Boy, Homicide, and Eddie Kingston. That is a team of 4 terrifying guys with mostly no hair.
You mean 5?
5, and what did I say?
You said 4.
4. Well, 4 guys who have no hair and 1 guy that has
okay.
little hair.
Okay.
4 guys with no hair, 1 guy with some hair.
That's a scary team.
Yeah. No,
I
the Hit Squad, big, brutish, angry men. Homicide and B-Boy, bad attitudes that like to rough people up, but also have like the fast pace style of wrestling, and then Eddie Kingston.
It's just all of that combined.
Yeah, who will hit anything that
moves. And he's just always angry.
He'll hit anything that moves. I watched him try to punch out Pikachu on Pokemon Go the other day.
Really?
That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to punch the Pokemon into submission.
Huh.
The virtual Pokemon.
Alright.
Beyond that, we're going to have a showcase of Beyond Wrestling's talent, where Matt Riddle will take on John Silver. This is showcasing two guys that have had pretty stellar records so far this year. We're going to have A.R. Fox versus Matt Tremont. A big Haas fight. One of the guys that you were recently talking about debuting for Ring of Honor, we're talking about Keith Lee.
Limitless Keith Lee. This guy is insane.
He might meet his limit because he has to face the Machine, Brian Cage.
Oh, I would watch the shit out of that match. That's going to be so good.
It's a match that's about a year in the making in their feud. We're going to have David Starr take on Johnny Gargano. We're going to have Tommaso Ciampa versus Brian Fury. I think they've dubbed this one the Battle of Boston. We're going to have Catch Point, represented by Drew Gulak, Tracy Williams, and TJ Perkins, take on Team Pazuzu's Jaka and EYFBO. We're going to have an intergender match as Chris Hero takes on Kimberly. And then the Skillogy, that's a 3-match trilogy about people who are overly skilled. We're going to have the rubber match between Zack Sabre Jr. and Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, that's cool.
And in the main event, we're going to find out who is the true ace of Beyond Wrestling. When these guys who haven't been able to get out of each other's shit for about a whole year now, Donovan Dijak, Chris Dickinson, and JT Dunn will face off in a triple threat match.
That'll be good.
I'm done talking. You go now.
I'm going to finish it off with the last bit of G1 Climax. This will be on Sunday at the Gifu Industrial Hall. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Hiroki Goto. We have Hiroyoshi Tenzan taking on Kazuchika Okada. Togi Makabe versus Naomichi Marufuji. Sonata versus Bad Luck Fale. And Tomohiro Ishii versus Tama Tonga. And that is it for the upcoming shows.
That's it for Indie News.
For the Indie News. Thanks for watching.
If you stuck with it this long, we appreciate it.
Also, thanks for listening.
Lots of names.
Yeah.
If you kept up with all that, kudos.
Sure to like, comment, subscribe.
There will be a pop quiz.
Yes. Another one. Be sure to click all the links down in the description because there's lots of them this week. We have all of our usual ones that are in every single video.
Definitely not a pop quiz because we tell you all the answers next week.
It's true. But aside from our links, which is all of our social media and our podcast and our emails, we have the people we talk about on a regular basis down in the description.
All of them. We want you to click on them. Beyond Wrestling's LookMaAutoFans.com, AIWrestling.com, AAWrestling.com, CCWrestling.com, ChikaraPro.com, ROHWrestling.com, AttackPro.co.uk, whatever New Japan's is.
It's NJPW dot something.
Co.jp?
Maybe.
Shimmerathletes.blogspot.com,
WWN Live,
WWN Live, and fucking all the other ones that there's some in there. There's like one or two in the description of like ones that we don't talk about that somehow
we did like one or two shows.
Wiggled their way in.
Yeah.
And have stayed. So in the comments or on any of the social medias that we link you to in the description of ours, that's on Facebook, or comment on a picture on Instagram that we post, or Tumblrize, or tweet, because that's a thing you can do too, or in our emails, because there's 2 different emails you can get to us on there. Tell us about the indie promotions you like, the ones you want to hear us talk about on the Wrestling Rundown. Give us links to their Facebooks, their websites, their YouTube pages, or just anything where we can catch a glimpse of who they are, what they do, and when their upcoming shows are. And if we like what you put in our eye holes, we'll add it to the Indie News and give you your due shout out for letting us know who they are.
Indeed.
So any of them, like, who's somebody we don't really cover? St. Louis Anarchy Wrestling. On Smash Wrestling.
Yeah, Smash Wrestling. I'm surprised we haven't got any offers to do that one. Yeah, there's a ton of little indie promotions. Hell, there's a bunch of local promotions that we might not even know about.
There's probably hundreds, to be completely honest.
If not thousands.
I mean, there's like 5 off the top of my head in the city we live in that we don't cover.
Exactly. So yeah, do that. We want to add more to the list. We want to talk to you guys. If you're gonna comment, don't be a troll, please.
Or be a troll and just expect us to fucking pistol whip you back.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you fire a shot at us, we're gonna fire back. So just know that. But thanks for watching. For those of you that are gonna keep up with the videos, check out that playlist because there's gonna be some extra videos coming up. Coming up next, we're gonna have our review of WWE's Battleground. We're getting ready to watch that. Following that will be the Raw review. Then we'll have the SmackDown rundown. Then we'll have the midweek wrap up, and then we'll have the CWC review. And that'll be about it this week. So yeah, be sure to look forward to those. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for all the things that you guys do to help us keep doing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in whatever video you decide to watch next. Yeah.